everybody. How are you guys? It's Sunday afternoon. We're heading out of Oklahoma City on our way east as I head back home for some family events. We're doing some comedy on the way and just generally enjoying this great country of ours, Oklahoma City. What a great city. Got a much better appreciation for it now that I've spent a full day up close and personal meeting the people. And there's one phrase that a new phrase that I'm going to be using a lot: have a blessed day. And nothing warms your heart and makes you feel better than when somebody from Oklahoma says, have a blessed day. So let me share with you in this video 10 more fun facts that I learned about Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Now, first of all, I'm on the Turnpike that comes out of Oklahoma toward Tulsa, and the fee is by axle. So 2 axles is a certain fee, 3 axles, 4 axles. Well, here's the thing. It's kind of like at Whataburger, if you can eat, well, some of these restaurants, I don't know about Whataburger, but some of these restaurants, if you can eat a certain amount, some huge amount, they'll let you have the whole meal for free. I thought Whataburger did that, but maybe not. So, if you have more than 27 axles, if you're pulling basically a railroad train on the freeway, they'll let you do it for free. And the reason being that they're going to use that as publicity, and they're going to get all kinds of press coverage about the 27 axle railroad train that runs on asphalt. So check that out. If you're a big time transportation executive, give it a try. It's another fun fact that I found out just today in Oklahoma City. Number 2. Well, of course, games are important when you're on the road trip, families playing the games. You know, you can only spend so much time on your iPad before you want some board games, some real world games. And the Oklahoma City Amazing Gaming Company has a great game for families on the freeway. And it's a variation of the Guess the License Plate game, or try to collect the license plates from around the states game, where you try to collect all 50 states of cars driving by. Well, in this case, it has an added twist. It's mom and sis against dad and brother, and whoever collects the most spots, you got to be verified. You can't just yell them out. If you collect the most license plates before the other team, guys, you're going to win. And the winner gets free Whataburger for a week. So it's a great game. Give it a try. It's a great idea. A combination of promotion, co-promotion between the Oklahoma Department of Transportation and Whataburger, thinking creatively. That's number 2 on our list. Now, number 3 is also has to do with Whataburger. I should announce just today, just hours ago, I had my first Whataburger ever, and it was excellent. Excellent hamburger. I can see why Texas loves it so much, and every other state they're in loves them so much. But Whataburger, believe it or not, the very first city outside of Texas that they expanded to was Oklahoma City. And in order to promote Whataburger back in the day here in Oklahoma City, they came up with an Oklahoma City Whataburger burger. Okay? It was called What the Okla. And it was just, one of these temporary promotions they come up with now and then. Well, the thing is, Whataburger had already established their name in Texas and, of course, their neighboring states. It didn't take long for the story to travel. So when they opened their first store in Oklahoma City, they didn't need to promote at all. There was people around the block. almost all the way down to Stillwater. And so they didn't need to come out with what the Okla. And what happened was they ran out of hamburgers by 10:30 a.m. on their first day. No hamburger meat within 1,500 square miles to back them up. So that is just a interesting piece of history about Oklahoma City. Another fun fact. Now another one is number 4. In 1933, there was a guy named Avery Townsend. Now Avery Townsend, he had this thing in his mind. He wanted to create a special font. You might have heard the word typeface. He wanted to create a specific typeface referring to Oklahoma. So it went all the way to the Oklahoma Congress, the House of the Capitol, and they, politicians, man, once you get something in front of them that they got to fight over, it's going to be a battle. And they created the typeface, but then the battle was over the name. So you've heard of Times Roman or Courier font, or, well, the two names that they came up with for this particular typeface, that Avery Townsend came up with, was Avery, named after himself, and the other one was cool water, referring to the rivers running through Oklahoma. Well, guys, the politicians tore it up. They wanted it to be called the the Oklahoma font. And the battle went round and round, and as it always does when things get tied up in government, it died. And to this day, Oklahoma does not have their own typeface, which they could have. They dropped the ball, but guys, that's what happens when politics gets involved. Now, number 4 on our list of fun facts, I think it's number 4, fun facts that I found out about just today about Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City was destined at one time with such fast growth rate. Experts in the years 1880 through 1892 tagged it to be the next New York City. It was growing faster than Chicago, right? And unlike Chicago, there are some lakes around here, but for the most part, Oklahoma City is not bound by any body of water, unlike Chicago, which had that huge lake out their backyard. And they started selling stock in Oklahoma City. In other words, you could buy a stock of a city. It was growing so fast. And speculators, they'll put their money on anything if they think they can make a buck. And then it all came crashing down when one day a little boy named Ping Pong, he contracted a very rare bacteria from eating the beef in the area. This is probably what, probably 1910 by this time. And the scare went out that Oklahoma was full of tainted beef, tainted cows. It was almost like the mad cow disease. And there it went. There went the next New York City. And probably good, because now you have a good medium-sized city, easy to get around, very affordable, attractive people, and they'll make your day, they'll make your heart grow 10 times bigger when they say, have a blessed day. All right, guys, number 5 on our list of fun facts you probably didn't even know about until today. These are 10 more. We had some 10 yesterday. These are 10 more. And at the halfway mark, 5, guys, this is cool, because who doesn't remember Evel Knievel jumping over the Snake River Canyon in his motorcycle? Well, first of all, you don't become Evel Knievel overnight, and he spent a lot of his boyhood days visiting his best buddy, Rusty Spokes, out here in Oklahoma. And they used to jump Lake Hafner all the time, guys. They jump it in their bikes. And that's the training that gave Evel the confidence to jump the Snake River Canyon or at least attempted. And that is a fun fact I had no idea about Oklahoma City. Number 6. Well, holy mackerel! I mean, you know, if you wanna get into a state, find out what is the most favorite food in the state, and you're gonna have an argument on your hands. The natives are gonna argue about what their favorite dish is, or what the best, state dish should be. And currently, the state dish, in other words, the sponsored state dish, dinner, full dinner with all the trimmings for Oklahoma, is of course a steak dinner with baked potato, and it's based on the cattle and beef that roam the countryside outside here in the state, and in some homes actually inside. They let them roam around inside the bathroom, inside the, maybe inside the dining room, maybe not in the kitchen because they'll tend to stick their big snout there in the fridge. But guys, I mean, as the state has evolved and people with sort of international culinary experience moved into the state, in other words, Europeans, they started to vote, and they were voting for stuff as the state dish, things like pasta. Are you kidding me? And kale chips on toast. And that, if you're a native Oklahoman, that's going to make your head explode right there. Just that sentence. Just the fact that I said that sentence. So it almost came to pass that the state dish was going to change to something like long grain rice on farm produced organic green beans, and just that phrase makes a native Oklahoman want to stick their head under the cold water tap and rinse it out of their being, out of their brain. So it threatened, but it didn't take place, and the state dish is still a nice thick cut of steak, medium rare, with a baked potato with butter and maybe just a sprinkle of pepper. Well, that was number 7. Number 8 of fun facts on our list of 10 more fun facts about what Oklahoma City is. Do you know what the tallest building in Oklahoma City is? That's right. It's the Cattle Tower, dedicated to the cattle industry here in the state. And it's 77 floors tall. The bottom 30 floors are full of cattle. That's right. You can go and feed them yourself. Check it out. Go downtown, go to the Cattle Tower, and tell them you want to, you and the kids want to feed the cattle. Throw the feed on the ground so they can walk around. And what you should do is, this is a little known fact, you can get in the elevator and ride the elevators between floors. Just know that you may be sharing a enclosed space with a very smelly creature. And I'm not talking about the cattle, I'm talking about your relatives. But yeah, the Cattle Tower is a major tourist destination, and you can check it out. It's one of our fun facts about the great city of Oklahoma City. Alright, now number 9, guys. Along those lines, what kind of tours can you take? Like in Boston, you can tour the Sam Adams Beer Company, the brewery, right? Well, don't fear, don't worry, because just like cattle, oil is also big here, and you can tour an oil derrick. They'll let you climb the derrick. You can, if it hits oil, you can sit on top of the spout of oil coming out of the ground and ride it like a ride from the state fair. And it only costs like $20 a person, guys. So check it out online. Oil derrick tours. You're gonna love it. It's one of the biggest tourist industry or segments of it here in Oklahoma City. And finally, number 10. Now that the state fair is coming up, let's talk about the giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's right. Somebody here in the state is going to be bringing a giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the state fair. They fully expect to win in the novelty foods area, and they got a real shot at it. And guys, don't worry about it. There's no waste. They're going to take it and break it apart and ship it all over the world in airtight sealed boxes so that people around the world can enjoy what was the biggest peanut butter and jelly toast sandwich in the world. And that's our last and final fun fact on our list of 10 more fun facts about Oklahoma City.